Welcome back, everybody. All right, you're with us here on Cape Rugby TV, Cape Town TV, DSTV channel 263. Every Wednesday, speaking to a couple of 100,000 people, hundreds of thousands of people around the country, talking about Western Province Club Rugby. Rob, just from a general Club Rugby point of view, the geest at the moment in Western Province is high, but your feeling on it?
Yeah, obviously, what I would like to say, it comes from the top down, from the Stormers performing in Western Province structures. That's awesome. But club rugby is suddenly picking up. You're getting 1,000+ people at a club game. I wish it can be 5,000. But Western Province rugby is healthy. That I can tell you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you mentioned that in the sense from a club point of view, because one of the things that we've seen is that more and more clubs are building their structures at a club level. They're more and more, like you say, they're getting Facebook pages, and they're doing videos, and they're getting websites, and together with that organization is more fans.
Definitely. I mean, to survive today and be competitive in the Super A League of the Western Province, you need a bit of extra backing. You need to get out there. People need to wear your merchandise. People need to see you pop up on vehicles, or give opportunities for your sponsors where they will then bring you in on their side and use you on a golf day and whatever.
Yeah. All right, folks, like we said, highlights. Let's go here now. Unimals and Georges. All right, there we go, folks. Final result then. Unimill against St. George's. Unimill walking away with a win, 42 points to 12. Joining us now in studio, Faisal Felton. Faisal, nice to have you back, man.
Yeah, good evening, JP, and good evening, listeners. As always, good to be back.
How was your club rugby weekend? I'm assuming that with all the administration, your hands are full.
As always, I actually had a good weekend. I was out. I decided to watch a bit of rugby out at Tigerberg. Actually, I must say it was very good. I really enjoyed it. Sat in the stands, and yeah, I mean the gears, and even the game on the day, everything was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, talking about the game on the day, Rob, we just took a look now at the first half and second half there. Well, we've already looked at the SK Women's Tigerberg game, but the Unimill St. George's game. Unimill walking away there with that result, 42-12. That puts them now at number 3 on the log, but they also now are way past the halfway mark in the log. They'll be happy to put that result in the bag, and St. George's will know that they've got a couple of games to play to try and get in the top 6.
St. George's is the type of team that you can never write off. This will do nothing to them. They'll bounce back. They'll stun one or two of the big guys in an away game. Unimill, obviously, they are just there. They're consistent. What stood out of that game was that we've got big guys that create space, but support play. If there's support play, it will convert to points. So for a team like St. George's to bounce back from this is just to go maybe one step back to the drawing board and just decide on this is our DNA and let's stick to it.
Yeah.
You can't go to Unimill and try and play Unimill rugby against them.
Yeah. So, Faisal, I'm also just wondering, going from what Rob was saying here, at this stage of the game, when he talks about the likes of St. George's bouncing back, that it's not even going to be a blip for them, how important does it get to, when you're at this stage of the game now, St. George's sitting at number 6 on the log, and Brackenfell's at number 7 on the log, the teams that want to try and hit the top 6, how important is that your second team is in place now and ready to go?
Yeah, I think definitely. I mean, I've seen the results of the game a bit. I think the halftime was a 12-all, if I'm not mistaken. It was quite close. And I think, looking at the game, looking at everything and at St. George's feel they're a bit unlucky. I think they're a team on the day that could beat anybody. And I think, where they are at the moment, they'll be quite happy, I would think.
Yeah.
If you had to say to St. George's, who've been sitting in the middle of the table halfway through the season, you still got a game in hand, they'll be quite happy and content in taking it. And I think if you look at, the top 6, they're literally probably 4 or 5 points away from the top 6, but they still got games in hand. So they will be happy.
Second team depth, Rob, same question for you. At this stage, I mean, you can't bank on your 15 guys in the first team all the way through the season.
Well, Joe, I couldn't bank on my top team any of the previous 7 games. Squad depth is so important, and rotation. And we have a simple policy regarding that. I said to you in a previous show when I was with you that we work with our first team and our second team together.
Yeah.
The culture needs to be the same. So when someone unfortunate injury, you can pull someone up. They're used to the calling system. They're used to what's happening there, and it just flows on.
All right, folks. We're going to come back from the break. We're going to catch up with Falsebay and Hamilton's. This time we'll be able to get firsthand from Coach Rob Wollifier about what happens at Hamilton's, but we'll also be giving you our opinion on the game. Back in a sec.